Alright, I'm going to do a couple of these simplifying from section 7.1. So first one is cosecant over cotangent. So normally I start out by writing these as sines and cosines. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, and cotangent is cosine over sine. So now when we divide fractions, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, so I'm going to take this part right here, flip it, and multiply it to the numerator. So we get the 1 over the sine of theta didn't change, times, when I flip it, we got the sine of cos theta over the cosine of theta. And the sine of theta with 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom cancel each other out, and we're left with 1 over cosine of theta, which turns out to be secant of theta. Okay, let's try one more here. We got the cosine times the cotangent of x plus the sine of x. So the cosine of x stays the same. Cotangent I'm going to change to be cosine over sine plus sine of x. Cosine squared x over sine x, because cosine times cosine is cosine squared, plus sine x. Now in order to get a common denominator, this is my common denominator, we don't have one on our second term, so I'm going to multiply by the sine of x over the sine of x. And as a result, the cosine of x doesn't change. Sine of x times sine of x is sine squared x divided by the sine of x. So the cosine squared plus the sine squared, that's one of our Pythagorean identities, and so we wind up with 1 over sine of x. The reciprocal of sine is the cosecant of x. That's our answer. Alright, let's try one more here. This will be the last one. As I was saying in class, the more you try these, the better you'll get at it. And so we have cosine squared x times sine squared x over cosine squared x, because tan squared is the same as sine squared over cosine squared, plus cosine squared x. Because we have a cosine right here and cosine squared right here, those two cancel. So with them canceling, we're left with sine squared plus cosine squared. And then when we put these two together, we get the answer of 1, and there's our answer. So there's a few more examples. Changing things into sines and cosines, seeing what we can cancel out, and trying to simplify the rest.